The voice of sharing. Durian Asean.
This is Arlene, and you are listening to Durian Asean, the voice of discovery and sharing.
Hello, this is Grace.
And together with us is Yasmin Ras.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. So today we are going to discuss about the Kuala Lumpur Eco Film Fest. If you do not know, the Eco Film Fest is an interesting film fest because it dedicates its all attention towards the ecology or environment.
Yeah.
So why environment in the first place?
Well, just a little bit of background and history. Ecoknights, as an NGO, we do a lot of engagement with the public, and one of the ways which we actually try to, highlight environmental issues to the public is through films, and we find films as a very good audiovisual tool, especially with children or even just communities. I think you learn more in a 30-minute documentary or watching Nat Geo about environment than if you had to attend a lecture or listen to someone speak. And then we realized back in 2007 that a lot of materials we used were foreign-owned. So you had the barriers of accent and language. So if I bring a film that an urban 14-year-old would love to watch about environment and it's English here in KL, the chances are very high that, the messages would be, transferred to that person. But if I bring this same film, say, to a rural area in Terengganu, communication just breaks down because whatever that I'm showing, that person cannot relate to. So then I was thinking, why don't Malaysians produce enough environmental content?
At that point of time, were there any environmental filmmakers that focus on environment or?
Not really. I don't think there was. And the kind of genre, the kind of materials they make are more from the creative side, like advertisement, public services announcements. But you talk about real documentary is very limited. And it goes back to the usual suspects. And we have amazing documentary filmmakers here like Lara Arifin and so forth. Yet when you look at Malaysia, we're a treasure trove of a lot of environmental stories and issues, but I don't think Malaysian filmmakers are capturing it. So that was pretty much the catalyst of why we wanted to start the Kuala Lumpur Eco Film Festival.
Was it back in 2007?
2007 was the conceptualization of it, and then we ran it in 2008. So 2008 we had 12 international films that participated. We had 6 Malaysian films that participated. Most of them participated in the form of a short film or docu. Today, we've got 375 international films submitted, and we've got about 80 over Malaysian films submitted. So in a span of 7 years, you can actually see it growing exponentially.
Majority of them, are they filmmakers themselves, or they are just activists who are passionate on
Most
a
of them
particular
are
topic?
filmmakers. Most of them are filmmakers. Most of them are also amateurs or students studying broadcasting and filmmaking. I would like to think that because we have this platform now, that they are making more of these materials. I mean, if it was an international platform, I would imagine, because every time you submit to a film festival, you need to pay a little bit of fee. So I think maybe because our rate was only 10 ringgit, to submit a film, I think that was also a
10
big...
ringgit?
Yeah.
Wow. Anyone can submit a film then.
Basically anyone, and you can submit more than one. And we wanted to make it like a catalyst so that the Malaysian, actually 10 ringgit is for the Malaysian filmmakers, to really consider submitting something for the film festival. Because I think the Malaysian story and message just really needs to be upplayed a little bit more here in this climate.
Let's focus on your organization, which is called Ecoknights. I like the word knights.
Thanks. Nights and charming.
So, when it comes to your organization, how did you start it to form this? You are the president of Ecoknights and also the founder. What ticked you to care about the environment, and why environment in the first place that came to your mind?
Mainly because I studied environment. I had a degree in marine biology, and academically, from my master's to right now, also I've always been studying about the environment. But my my true interest would be environment and communication. How do you crack this portal of communication and be able to communicate to the intended target audience and able to change people's perspective and mindset about environment through using the right communication tools. So the film festival was a litmus test for us in 2008, and mind you, we're not a film festival organizer. We kind of just fell into it as the festival grew bigger and bigger.
It's an annual event.
It's an annual event, so this year is our 7th year. Lots of ups and downs, but I hope that at least in this region, the ASEAN region as well. I think apart from Korea that has a Green Film Festival, I think Malaysia's KL Eco Film Fest would be one of the top environmental film festivals in the ASEAN region.
So no other ASEAN country has a eco film
not
festival?
that I know of that has been outstanding and long-serving. So the one that is definitely bigger and wider reach would be the Green Film Festival in Seoul, Korea. And I would think second is us. After all, we are seven years in running already.
Just to be clear, the festival will be held at Publica from October 17 to 19?
Yeah, so it's a 3-day festival. All film screenings are free. You get a chance to watch, and if you have time, bring a jacket and your own cup because you'll be staying there for a bit. This year we're screening the most number of films, 75 films from about 35 countries, I believe.
Do you want to share with us what are the program throughout the 3 days? Have you formulated a program?
Yeah, so the gist of it will be film screenings, which will take place at Black Box, basically 12-hour film screening sessions every day. Because there was just too much to show, actually.
That is much better than paying 12 ringgit or more for...
Definitely. It's just that it might get a bit cold, you know, how theaters are. So we encourage you to bring your jacket and bring your own cup because there'll be drinks there and popcorn's provided.
Popcorn's provided?
Yeah. So kind of like a whole theater experience. That will happen Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is a special night because it's ASEAN Filmmakers Night. So Friday only will be all the ASEAN films, Hong Kong, Malaysia, China. So we hope the ASEAN filmmaking community will come to support
Would there be any ASEAN filmmakers?
Yes, we're sending out the invitations right now. So there are some from China and Hong Kong that we hope will come because of the closer distance. The Malaysians ones, they will definitely be there. We like to have the audience know them better as well. So apart from film screenings, we have a whole range of workshops and talks from a broad range of subject matters. Majority of the workshops are for kids and children to learn about.
That will be which day?
Both days, Saturdays and Sundays, so 18th and 19th. I think the best way to keep track of all the workshops and talks will be through our Facebook page, Kuala Lumpur Eco Film Festival.
Or you can go to ecofilmfest.my.
Yes, both ways.
And click on the schedule screening.
Yes, correct. That's for the film screening. And the workshops are quite interesting. We have a simple workshop like how to start your own edible garden in your backyard, to photography, nightscape photography. That one I think is already full. But however, people can still register, so if there's just more people, we'll probably find a bigger space to house everyone.
Can you share with us more? What is nightscape photography?
Nightscape photography is basically taking pictures of the sky, the stars, solar system if you can see it at night.
Using special lenses or what?
I'm not sure. I'm actually quite interested to go in for that workshop. It's done by Umar Mita.
Wow.
He's one of the upcoming top photographers in this country, and he's got a strong following in Malaysia. I'm very happy, and hence the workshop was pretty much filled up first 2 days after we announced it. And I think he'll be sharing some tips and experience, maybe a little bit technical as well. How do you capture beautiful images of the stars or of the starscape at night?
Believe it or not, actually my Facebook cover is the photo of the night sky, with stars and all that. I love the night sky.
Last year we did a workshop on time-lapse photography by Rob Whitworth, and that was the same thing as well. I think photography, or even filmmaking, has a very strong following here in Malaysia. I think we're slightly coming out of our box and being super creative and experimental
Well, just to add to the going back to our topics, other than the having workshop or the event itself, what are the things that the audience can expect from this event?
To shop and get exposed to a lot of green entrepreneurs, green products and services. I think once a year at KL Eco Film Fest, what we do is we try to bring very refreshing green entrepreneurs that we have here in this country. So for the entire festival inside Publica Mall, we're kind of monopolizing the mall inside by having a exhibition by at least 40 to 50 local NGOs and local green advocates. So whether you're looking for a greener handbag made from hemp, for instance, or you've got eczema and you're looking for organic handmade soaps that's affordable here.
That's interesting.
There'll be these kind of like small entrepreneurs.
So there will be a bazaar, a small bazaar. Where is it at the
it's
front?
Inside Publica at Calder Boulevard, inside the mall.
Okay.
So we hope that Malaysians will be able to sample and get themselves exposed. Plus, a lot of these NGOs and vendors also run workshops and all sorts of engagement activities. So we hope it'll be an eye-opening experience for the public to come and see.
It will be, they're all eco-friendly products.
Yeah,
so
you even have clothes made from bamboo.
Oh,
that's
wow.
amazing. That's amazing.
So sometimes we read about this online and you wish you could, get hold of it. So we hope that the festival will bring you one step closer to not just purchasing, but also know the people behind it. After all, these are local industries, so we hope our festival goers will come and support
it.
Do you have other environment NGO coming in or education institution?
Yes, we have the usual suspects like from WWF, Ecocentrics, the whole basic young local green advocates coming on board. And they'll also be running workshops with children on upcycling. Like myself, I'll be running a workshop on composting and for registered participants, they actually get to go home with their own composting bin. So it's meant to be, I guess, first and foremost, interactive and engaging. I mean, at the end of the day, if green is not made approachable and exciting, people would just, walk by you and not notice you're there. We hope this would prompt young families with children to come and check it out, even young adults as well, because of course, we never forget about the young adults. We've got the music component that happens at the B on Sunday.
So you will have a mini concert?
Yeah, a mini concert as well. And that's a fixed feature every year. And we find it attracts a totally different crowd. A Sunday, waking up a bit late crowd, going into the B for brunch or tea time.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so we've got a whole range from people singing Jess Ibrahim to Froya to Ali Aiman and the whole group. So we hope that they will belt out their tunes and their passion about environment, and hopefully we can connect the younger generation to environment through music.
So
it's an amazing event.
It will be a really nice weekend. You watch really interesting films. You go and buy some interesting products from environment entrepreneurs, and you go to listen to music. And for kids, you have specific activities for them as well.
Yes, so a lot of the kids' activities are outdoors, because last year I think it just attracted not just the kids but their parents as well. Outdoor giant games, and they could do a lot of coloring. They could do a lot of engaging with the NGOs.
Oh, the parents are the one excited too.
And you know how Publica is on weekend. It's really a space to catch up with friends and hang out. So the venue is beautiful. Yeah.
About the movies and the documentary films, how many categories there are?
There are actually 6 categories, if I'm not mistaken, but we threw in 2 additional categories for like the jury award and the best mentioned film. But in total we have 8 categories. The award ceremony will happen on Sunday, October 19th, where we will announce the winners.
So from these categories we can have animation, documentary, feature film, and so on. Would you recommend any main films from this event? Because for those who may not have an idea what to choose when it comes to film.
I would definitely watch the films listed under official selections. The fact that it's an official selection says a few things. One, it has already won many awards internationally and recognized. and it has amazing filmmakers and crew part of it. Like for instance, Trash, which was released in 2003, and we're screening it here this year now. I believe is co-produced and narrated by Jeremy Irons. So these kind of films, I really, really highly encourage the public to come watch, because they're really made for the big screen, and they have traveled the festival circuit all over.
Another interesting point I want to highlight is one of the category is the public service announcement.
Yes.
Which I thought is like, wow.
I think that's more for the Malaysian students lah. I mean, because a lot of the filmmaking and broadcasting students here at the universities would have to probably do a community service message kind of video. So when we promoted it, it was basically to universities, and plus it's in like 30-second, 1 minute.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how Malaysian young filmmakers send across a strong environmental message in a short amount of time.
Can you let us know what are the notable films that is already under the official selections?
GMO OMG.
What is
it's an
that?
American film. GMO OMG. GMO basically means genetically modified organisms, and it's a hilarious film because it tells about the journey of the filmmaker finding out about what is in the food that we eat every day.
Oh.
Like, how do you know how safe is your food? And how do you know what kind of chemicals, how long has it been modified, and what kind of genetic things have been altered in the corn or in the rice or the barley that you eat? And I find it very, very entertaining. It's actually one of the top films on my list. Simply because of the way the story is told. It's very layman perspective, and it's a big wake-up call. Did you know that most of the soya bean that we drink in this country, or the corn that we eat, are already genetically modified? And it's quite sad that in Malaysia, because these food are not labeled, so as a consumer, you're really not aware what you're consuming. I mean, you don't even have an option.
Natural food.
Yeah, you're not really given the choice to select what you want to eat and what you
Especially
don't
for
want to eat.
vegetarians, like soybean is their main staple.
Yes.
Because it's a bean that can be,
Because it's protein.
yeah,
it's a
that
good
can be
protein
produced
substitute.
into something else.
Yeah. However, most soybean products are genetically modified. So
Other films?
I actually also like Revolution by Rob Stewart. It's a super creative film. And he's also an amazing filmmaker. And I guess the film is a very good introductory film for someone who says, I have so many things about environment. What should I start understanding about? So Revolution, basically, I would say it's a good introductory film to the whole plethora of environmental issues you see out there. Plus, it's a Rob Stewart film, so if you read on Rob Stewart's credentials, and he's a pretty strong environmental filmmaker.
Rob Stewart is not the singer, right?
No, not the
Oh, no.
So it helps that he doubles up not just as a filmmaker, but he's an activist himself. So that's pretty cool.
All those feature films on this website, I think they're really amazing, because not only to make people aware what's happening around this when it comes to environment, it also educates people. But this event especially delivers the message through a lot of entertainment, like music, film,
There's a
workshop.
communication aspect to the environmental messages.
Yeah.
What about local films, as in like ASEAN and also Malaysia in particular?
Oh, we didn't get any documentaries at all this year. At least last year there were a couple. So no full-length feature films. Like I think Malaysian probably, I don't know. They either don't understand the depth of environmental issues that can be shot in a full feature-length film. So a lot of the Malaysian films we receive were under the short film and animation category.
Yeah, I can see that. One of it is Aku Plastik Kamu.
Yeah, Save Our Bats, which was shot by two 16-year-old sisters. But itulah, I mean, I'm hoping that this filmmaking industry on environmental issues will continue to grow. Because right now, I think we're really taking baby steps.
Would it be because the filmmakers in Malaysia, they do not have enough funding or enough of the resources to make a full feature film?
I think if you know the right person, you would know the right way for funding. But maybe it's about how do you story tell and make a story interesting about the environment. Some amazing ones would be like Avatar. Avatar to me is really an environmental story, talking about development versus the homes of indigenous communities, in this case the blue people. And it's the same thing happening in this country as well. But how do we make it entertaining? How do we make it appealing to the audience is one thing I think Malaysian filmmakers need to start mastering. Because I see some of the amazing documentaries that they're featuring this year about Malaysia are shot and produced by foreign filmmakers. Like Sunset Over Selungo by Ross Harrison. It's really about the plight of our Orang Penan in Sarawak, in the light of the destruction of the rainforest. It's beautifully made, and I was thinking, I wish this was a locally done film because this is really our backyard.
Will we be able to watch it during the Eco Film Fest?
Yes, it will be screened. In fact, Ross is coming to Malaysia.
Oh, wow.
To actually share his experience about shooting with your Orang Aslis and also what he experienced personally and what he saw while he was there. So, I'm happy that Ross shot that film, but I'm also disappointed that, this could be, this is our turf, So, I think Malaysian filmmakers need to see that to be big in the industry, to showcase your talent, your skills, is not just about making films about Pontianak and you know what I mean. I think we've got a variety and depth of subject matters, but we're not cashing into it and making amazing films out of it.
Is it also because of the equipment and the quality? So there are local people, they're a bit worried as they get the help from them.
But I think like some of the productions, like is it Viking and all that, it's done with really high-end technology. So I would say equipment-wise, technology-wise,
there's no problem.
I don't think it's a problem. But again, I go back to storytelling. So we find ourselves prefer to tell stories and make into films of the horror kind or of the funny, comedy, superhero kind. But
I guess getting the fast catch rather than producing something that takes a longer time, a more story development, and has a much more deeper key message.
Yeah, definitely. I just think it's a waste because I know for a fact that there are a lot of also foreign studios setting up here in Malaysia. I think we're going to lose out if our pool of talent in this country. And you can already see in the field of animation already, because animation is a bit slow to pick up here. So the amazing talents that we have currently are actually working for global entities and being hired to work overseas. So it's quite a waste to see our talent flowing out.
On that note, I'm just wondering, will you have a workshop for amateurs filmmakers?
Well, we're actually in the talks right now with a government agency on hosting a digital filmmaking workshop to see whether we can squeeze that workshop into this year as well. This is an afterthought as well. But meanwhile, the photography workshop is happening with Umamita.
So any last words or messages that for you to encourage people to go to the Eco Film Fest, which will be happening between 17 to 19 October?
I think what's important is pick up a copy of the KLEFF festival guidebook. You should be able to download it off our website, ecofilmfest.my, or you should actually be able to find it in our Facebook page. Why? I encourage you to get the festival guidebook because it contains every information you need to know what's happening at the festival. I understand not everyone can come throughout the whole 3-day weekend, so pick and choose what excites you and what interests you. If you have young kids, young children, maybe you can coincide some of the film that you like to watch with the workshops that's happening for the children, so you can park them at the workshop and you can enjoy your film. Secondly, because it's a green festival, we hope you come with an open mind to get to learn and get to know the local environmental advocates there. Bring your own good green bag so that you can shop till your heart's drop.
No plastic
Without
bags.
plastic bags, please.
Yes.
And yeah, basically, it's basically a really fun event with a little bit of everything for everyone. So if you have a couple of hours to spare, come down to Publica, check it out. I mean, the entire mall will be a KL Eco Film Fest mall anyway. So we hope we'll be able to entertain, and at the same time, when you leave, hopefully you would have found something meaningful, a cause that you can support.
With that, thank you very much, Yasmin.
Thanks, Arlene and Grace. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.